Yes, my name is well, okay, as you know, like I say, from my last short, I was talking about how things I want to do things and how I plan things, and like I say, I need the views, and I'm not begging for anything at the moment. I'm just, if it is very free, like I say, I don't need you to, but I'm not. I don't ask. I'm just asking you, and you don't have to do it. You can just skip away. Up to you. But I want to give you, the best content I can. The only way I can do that is by getting more viewers and more likes and subscribers to maybe get me more views and to eventually get to that 50 subscriber mark where I can start going live and start explaining to you stuff and start gaining viewers actual live and start talking to people a lot more. And like I say, I want to grow as a channel in the whole. I want to grow massively. I want to be walking around, showing you clips of me playing football live. I want to show you stuff of me doing it live. I've got a college course where I'll be able to show you sports and how good I can be at things. And I've also got, I'm setting up my setup. I'm going mainly on my Twitch though. I will be on my Twitch, so same name, 1EAK. You know, on my Twitch, I'm trying to start to go live again. But like I say, me wanting to go live is honestly just an option. It's honestly a thing I want to do. And on YouTube, for some reason, there's the same as TikTok, you need to get 100, I think, on TikTok and 50 on YouTube. And I think it's okay. I don't mind it. I get it. Having that makes people want to subscribe to you, but I want to go live mainly just so I can show you stuff and people can comment whilst I'm doing stuff. And I'm trying to get some of my friends to do little training sessions and I want to improve them whilst improving myself. And like I said, I've got this massive opportunity at my college, which supports me both with the education side and with the side that I'm going into, the sport I'm going into, and which I'm taking on. I've just got to do a few things and I hopefully will be on it. But yeah, at the moment I'm focusing mainly on my YouTube and getting better at the sport that I love, which is obviously football. And you lot all know about that. What about also, yeah, like I say, the things I want to really get is like handheld tripod so I can kind of carry it around. You can, while I go live, and I can walk around and stuff like that with it whilst being live. Just normal things when I go out with my mates and stuff like that. I can go live, and because I've got one of my friends, I'm not going to tell you the name because I don't have to, and I think for his privacy, I'm not going to. But he came to me and he texted me in the group chat, saying, I don't want to do this because of this, and this is why I don't. And I was thinking, okay, what do you like? He says, I like, gaming. I like, this guy's unintentionally funny. I will tell you this. He's unintentionally funny. He's a great guy. Honestly, true to his word. He's a great mate. And I kind of said, why don't you just like stream? You got Twitch, you got YouTube. Do some YouTube videos. Do some stream things. And then he was like, well, I haven't got a space to film. I haven't got enough room in my house to where I can stream with no person in it and stuff like that. And there's always noise wherever I go and stuff like that. I just don't have the resources for him. Like, okay, well, have you got a phone? He said yes. Can you get apps on there? He said yes. And I'm like, IRL stream on Twitch. That's what I said to him, IRL stream. And another mate who does Tota Hammer, he also suggested to do IRL streaming because it is the quickest way to get yourself. And I said, do Twitch. Go onto Twitch. Get yourself there. All we need a phone and maybe like a little tripod that you can get on pretty much anywhere for quite a very cheap amount of money. And yeah, just walk around, film yourself, get some mates with you, start talking, and then they'll find you funny. They honestly will. And I say you're a guy who's true to his word. A good guy, a really nice guy, honest guy. you know, and to be honest, he's unintentionally funny. Some of the stuff we've seen with him, honestly, you know, you could be one moment sitting there in absolute silence playing, you know, FC or something like that, and he starts raging. That's honestly, when he rages, the funniest thing ever. But even when he talks normally, he honestly makes you laugh without even trying to. Um, but yeah, honestly, that's what I've kind of said to him, and that kind of made me think, what can I do? What can I do to improve my channel and my, you know, Twitch and my. I want to make a TikTok, but I'm still struggling on that one. Well, I wouldn't say struggling. I just never not really had the time to. I was doing this and getting on my Twitch. But yeah, I'm finally getting my Twitch sorted. I'm gonna get all that sorted very soon. I just need to get a it's like a HDMI thing where I have to connect it to my laptop and then connect it to my PlayStation and HDMI stuff, and then I gotta attach it to my OBS, and then everything else is sorted on the OBS. So I should be good by. I'm not gonna say why, because I'm not gonna say when, because you never know. But then my YouTube, I just want to get a couple of things. I think all I really want is an actual a tall tripod, and then a small handheld one where I can just walk around with that. Like I say, but the thing is about Twitch though, the only thing I have a problem with is if I go live on Twitch now on my PlayStation, from a PlayStation, whenever I go into a different game, it shuts off. But thankfully, when I get OBS, and I know this is a thing, when OBS, your live stream will stay on. It will track your camera. Your camera will still be on. You won't come off live stream. It stops you, and you can just switch quickly, and then wait for the thing to load, and then you go on it, which is what I need, and I'm getting soon, hopefully. Obviously the season starts soon. Pre-season starts for Aston Villa and all other manner of clubs after, you know, because obviously you got the France versus England game. When is it? Is it tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow sometime. I think I'll have to check that out. And you've also got the FIFA World Cup final, which, you know, I'm glad to see. I really hope Spain do win it. I think they do deserve it more than Argentina. I do believe most people behind them. I hope Lamine Yamal goes there and tells everybody he's a force to be reckoned with, and he genuinely is, because honestly, that kid, and he's only 19 years old. You know, only 19 years old, and he can do stuff like that. It's honestly phenomenal. Then you got Messi, who's retiring probably really soon, and I hope he does. But I do believe once Messi leaves Argentina, Argentina will be a weaker side, because I do believe the only person that's holding Argentina together is Messi. I don't see really a leader in there apart from Otamendi. I think he will retire also before the World Cup. The same with Martinez. He's a leader. I think he's going to retire. There are a lot of Argentina players that are very good leaders, but will retire soon. Some sooner rather than later. Obviously, for us, Harry Kane retires, most likely retire. Henderson will retire. I don't think Harry Kane will still be playing. I just don't think he'll be World Cup level. But he is one of the greatest, or the greatest English strikers of all time. And I think he'll prove that. I think next year, if he carries on scoring like he has the last 2 years, he will beat, I think it's Wayne Rooney's record of international England goals, which is all time. You've also got the new kids coming in: Rio Engamoa, Max Dowman, Trafford. You've got so many youngsters now coming in for England that we cannot see a point where next World Cup you could see likes of Rio Engamoa, Max Dowman, Trafford, you know, all starting. But the one thing we are missing, and that we can see, is a main part where Harry Kane, if he leaves, he is going to be a vital role that we lose, and we need a striker. I haven't seen a striker. I think there is a couple of strikers out there that probably can step up and have the potential to step up and to be the next striker for England, the next main man for England. Like I say, the next main man for me is Jude Bellingham. He's still young. He's 23 now. He's got, I think it's like in his lifetime 3 World Cups until he kind of statistically retires. Like I say, statistically. You also got, who else? Who have you also got? You got Saka. You've got Morgan Rogers, I think he'll be a force reckoned with. That is it if he doesn't go to Arsenal. I do believe Morgan Rogers, if he stays at the Villa, and like I say, this is obviously going to be, it's obviously going to be towards me and Villa, but I do believe if Rogers stays at Villa, he'll be better there, because I'll tell you why. Because Arsenal, he'll most likely be benched every single game, no matter what. Because don't think Martinelli's going to leave. Martinelli will start over him. He'll maybe come on here and there. And to be fair, he's also got Eze, he's got Odegaard, he's got so many people in front of him that it will literally be impossible for him. He might get 1 or 2 games here and there, but I don't think he'll have the impact he thinks he will have at the London club. Like I say, I respect the players there. Eze, I think he sort of ruined his game time there, but I'm starting to see that Arsenal are starting to include him. You saw at the end of the season, Arsenal started to see that Eze was starting to get more game time. You know, I think Lewis Skelly, he needs to get some game time, especially with Calafiori and Hincapié. I think Lewis Skelly could be a great left back. I do believe someone should try and get him on loan or just get him so they can play left back, because he is still young. I think he's like 22, 21, 22, and I still think he can be an absolute brilliant left back for England. Obviously we haven't got we got right back like Tino Livramento. We've got Reece James, we got Dej Spence. Obviously, his last game for us was absolutely phenomenal. Obviously we didn't get that in the early stages of where Dej Spence was, but Dej Spence looks like a great fullback, and I had my doubts about him. But honest to God, Dej Spence in that game against Argentina showed what everyone should have shown. We should have, honestly, there was a few players that were trying. You got Bellingham trying, you got Dej Spence trying. But obviously you can see the weakness in our squad, and it's the goalkeeper. I love Pickford, he's done so much for England, but I do believe it's time to hand the roles over to the man of the myth, the legend, James Trafford, the guy I've been talking about for nearly 3 months, since the transfer window has opened, and even before the transfer window. James Trafford needs to come to the Villa, because he's not going to get game time at Man City, not until Donnarumma either leaves or retires from City. So I believe we should try and get him, but I think he has put out a statement saying, I want to stay at City, which is a bit of a stupid move in my opinion, because if you just want to get, if you want game time, you want to start for England, you're going to need to get flipping game time at your club. I don't think you are when it comes to Donnarumma. Donnarumma is a world class, one of the best goalkeepers to date. He's, obviously he's still young as well, and he's bloody massive, obviously height-wise, and he's a force to be reckoned with. And against someone like James Trafford, and I do think Jordan Pickford's main weakness was his arms. Obviously, we have also noticed that for a keeper, his arms are very small. And if you actually looked at Argentina, Pickford, if his arms were a bit longer, he could have saved that very easily. But they're not, so that could have been a main factor. Also, you saw so many players that are there that you can see are going to be absolute brilliant players for England. I do believe people nowadays, especially you see some players play better for their country than you did for their club. Morgan Rogers, for me, plays better with his country than he does his club. Dej Spence, from what I've seen, plays better for his country than his club. Bellingham, I think he's both. Harry Kane, I think he's both. Pickford, both. When it comes to World Cup years and Euros years, Pickford steps up and becomes an absolute bloody great goalkeeper, making some crucial saves. Who else? Konsa, I think he plays for his club. Dan Burn, both when he is on his game. Guehi, both. Honestly, he's a great guy. Stones, both. To be fair, I think we should get Stones. He's still on free agent, and so I think we should get him. Who partners like a Lindelof, because Lindelof was a free transfer as well. He was coming for a free agent. He does very good. But yeah, I would love to see that, and I'd love to obviously see what could happen in the future with England. But like I say, that's my point. That's what I want to do in the future. That's what I'm seeing, and this is what I want what the flip am I talking about? Sorry. You know, I want to grow my channel. You all know this. This is meant to be a summary. I'm doing a shit summary right now. But, what was I going to say now? Obviously, I want to grow my channel to make it bigger. I want to help my friends as well and improve them, and see if they can start. Well, once we've made one of the mates like Total Hammer, Solo P1, they already have a massive channel. They had a really pretty decent channel. Like I come to watch here and there. Also, my mate, I'm going to try to help him out with the whole thing. See if I can improve it for him. What else? And transfers, that's been a great for Villa so far. Manzambi and Joao Gomez obviously confirmed. We've also got AC Milan left back. He might be coming for us. He's pretty much done. But yeah, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really do. And yeah, thanks for listening. I've been 1EAK, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.